I did get excited when I found the original Arthur Verocay album, and I thought it came to $320. The person that I was with said, look, this is on your bucket list, this is like the, top 5 records or whatever. So I took it up to the counter, rang it through the cash, and it came up to $3,000. My name's Trevor Elchino from Departure Lounge, and you're watching Crate Diggers Australia. Oh, hi. The first record that I bought was Nolene Batley, and the song was Little Treasure from Japan. Currently, I'd probably say I've got about 5,000 at the moment. It's an estimate, and I suppose I probably would have had more, but I've pretty much kept the best of the genres that I like. There's a few records that I have that are collectible. One is this one here, the Eastern Horizons. This album kind of, to me, differs more so than any other jazz album that was recorded in that period, because it was a bit more on that impulse kind of Pharoah Sanders, a little bit left field. I collect a lot of Brazilian music, like the Tim Maia one, and I did a bit of research, when I was in Brazil, found out it was a cult, and I actually picked up one of their brochures. Tim Maia was a bit of a soul searcher, like everyone was in those days, and he kind of went off and recorded these 2 albums under the influence of mind-changing kind of substances. The first one here is Milton Nascimento, and this is pretty much like one of the first tracks that I DJ'd out with when I was getting into the Brazilian sound. So this is kind of my all-female section, so let's see. Nancy Holloway does a great version of Light My Fire and Hurt So Bad. There's stuff from Blossom Dearie, British jazz vocalist. Has a great track on it called I Love London in the Rain. Okay, so another one of my favourites is a singer from, I think she's from Sweden, Alice Babs, and does a great version of the Carole King track, Been to Canaan. This one, Canadian, Joyce Cooling. Bought this in Japan, was looking for it for quite a long time, but does a great version of It's You, and the backing band is a Brazilian outfit. Okay, so we're moving into this area, which is my post-punk period, so big fan of these guys, no explanations, everyone knows who these guys are. This one of my favourites, first all-girl group that I was into. The Slits do a great version of Heard It Through the Grapevine. This one's a big one of mine, a favourite, and Theme de Yo-Yo is the one. So I collect a lot of MPS stuff, a lot of jazz stuff. I've got a whole series of these Sylvester, a French sound library, and the Paris Sound Group. There's a whole lot of them. I've got the whole series down there somewhere, lying around somewhere. Some Asian stuff. This has got a great version of Summertime on it. Nice break. This one, Badal, and does a great version of Rocket, Indian Style by Herbie Hancock. These are 2 of my favourite ones because they're Brazilian ones. This is Boogaloo in Brazil, so this is Les Baxter. And this one is my favourite one. This is Roger Duprat, who produced Arthur Verocay's album. And this one here is one of my all-time jazz female vocalists, Joyce Feminina. Has the classic track on it, O Dia de Ogum. Got a nice little bass line, nice guitar, nice scanning, nice singing. When I started collecting records, there was dealers, and they were from the UK, Europe. And what they used to do, they used to have mail-out lists. And so every month they'd have a sheet of paper that's got all the genres, and then you'd go through them, you'd ring them up, and they'd play them over the phone if you didn't know what they were. And because the time difference was different there, you'd be ringing up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a whole kind of list of things that you want to hear. This is a bit weird, but it's the smell. It's that smell of that kind of cardboard. The first thing I do, you pick it up and I know, it's bizarre. It's the smell, and it's that kind of mouldy kind of, it's all very strange. Yes, I'm just a sad bastard. It just collects records.
Yeah, mate, do that too, that's funny. Let's do that, just as a funny little thing.
Yeah.